If you procrastinated in 2023 and you didn't accomplish everything you wanted to, you didn't hit your goals, you didn't start the business, you didn't scale the business to where you wanted it to be, that's okay, because we've all been there. But in this video, I'm going to tell you 7 productivity hacks that I applied in 2023 that I am applying in 2024 to really grow my 2024, because we all have moments where we procrastinate and we don't feel the best. And using these hacks on a daily basis will allow you to compound your time better in 2024 and ideally help you to hit your goals that you wanted to hit in 2023 or you have planned for 2024. All 7 of these tips are super actionable, and you can even take action right now on this video to implement all 7 of these in your life and apply them literally today, tomorrow. So I urge you to do so, because these all helped me tremendously, and this isn't just like a BS video, this is like my genuine advice of things that I've done. The first hack is getting a timer like this. So this timer is sick. You can spin it and you could set the time for however long you want. So for example, let's say I'm doing a task and I just want to dedicate 30 minutes to it, because sometimes I'm doing a task and I'm spending way too long on it. And this helps me, okay, my next 30 minutes I am calling sellers. My next 30 minutes I'm recording videos. My next 30 minutes I'm taking a break. My next 30 minutes I'm eating food, I'm spending time here, I'm doing this. And this allows me to do that. And it allows me to be cognizant of my time, because the worst thing that happens, and everybody knows this feeling, is it's 10 a.m., 11 a.m., you're like, okay, day just started, like I'm doing good. And the next thing you know, it's 3 p.m. and you're like, bro, what happened to the day? The day just started, now it's 3 p.m. Next thing you know, it's 5 p.m., the day's done, and you're tired. It's like, I don't know what I did. And the worst feeling for me, my least favorite feeling in the whole world, is going to bed not knowing what I did. And that happens all the time. And this timer kind of helps me reflect on every 30 minutes, what I'm doing in that time period. So you can either use it to time out a task, I just want to spend time on this task, or you can use it to reflect on what you did in the past hour, the past 30 minutes. The second one is going to be one that we all know we're guilty of, but we don't want to admit it because we all kind of do it. And it's being addicted to our cell phones. We're all super addicted to these devices. It's insane. There's been times throughout the past couple of years, I don't even want to admit this, but I've spent 11, 12 hours a day on my cell phone. It's actually embarrassing. A lot of time, a lot of YouTube, a lot of messaging, a lot of social media, doom scrolling, just scrolling, getting all those dopamine hits. Yeah, definitely be cautious of your time and start really being aware of what you're doing, because you end up just scrolling for hours and you're like, man, I don't even know, I was just sucked into another world. So be aware of that. Tip number 3 is something I just started doing in 2024, and it's taking nootropics such as Magic Mind, and it's really increased my energy, and really it just makes me feel better throughout the days. And I drink it in the morning and it really helps. And this has been my favorite one in 2024. It's a great nootropics. I drink this every day with my coffee, and it really helps me just stay in a good state. It helps me with energy, and it just makes me feel healthy too, which is always a good feeling. So highly recommend this. They're actually the video sponsor, so to shout them out, I'm going to show you a quick video of me actually opening the box that they sent me and drinking it. So shout out to Magic Mind, our sponsor. I'm going to show you exactly how it works and how I drink it. And I don't want this to go longer than 2 minutes, so in theme of this video, I'm going to put a timer for 2 minutes starting right now, and let's get into it. So they sent me this box of a whole bunch of Magic Minds, so shout out to them for doing that. And they also sent me this box of more Magic Minds in like a really nice looking box. So shout out to them for doing that. And yes, they sent me the product, but I also do like the product, and I've been drinking it every morning for about 2 weeks now, or a week and a half or something like that. And I really enjoy it. So I get one from this box, and what this is it's a productivity shot. So it includes things such as matcha, lion's mane mushroom, ashwagandha, which I used to take ashwagandha a lot as a pill, so it's all included in this, and a lot of other things that really help you feel more focused and get you into a flow state, which is kind of like what is on the box. Flow state awaits you. So shout out to them. How I take this is I usually drink my coffee, then I open one of these up. You could take it as a shot, you could take it as a drink, and it tastes very healthy. So shout out to them, and we are about to wrap up. So check out Magic Mind. I have a link with a discount, and that's also my affiliate link. So check them out, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. get back to the video. Tip number 4 is using a calendar. So when somebody asks you, hey, what are you doing on Saturday? Imagine the feeling where you can look in your calendar and see what you're doing on Saturday. Document everything you're doing, because one, you forget things. Your mind, your memory is not the best. It's just not. So just document what you're doing. 2, you can use the calendar to look more professional. Let's say somebody asks you, hey, let's get lunch. Send them a calendar invite. They're gonna be like, dang, this guy's on their stuff. But 3, and the main reason of this point, is to be cautious of your time and not let anybody get your time, because there's been so many times where people ask me to get lunch or get coffee, and I'm like, okay, like I'll do it. Wasted 3 hours, and then there's a 20-minute drive there, 20-minute drive back. So if I'm with the person for 2 hours and I'm driving there for 20 minutes, I'm driving back for 20 minutes, it's almost 3 hours, maybe even longer. And then also I'm tired afterwards, so then I'm like, oh, I can't go straight back to work, like I'm tired. And then before that meeting, like I had to like mentally prepare for the meeting, so like the whole meeting could take 5 hours, and that's basically your whole day. And then that reflects back onto my first point with the timer, where it's like, man, you had a meeting at 11, you got back at 3, your day's like done. So just being cautious of your time and using a calendar. I'm not like one of those like crazy people time blocking. Like I'm not time blocking the gym or like my dinner or like my eating schedules. Like I've seen people do that. I think that's too much, but maybe I'll do that in the future. I don't know, maybe somebody enlighten me. But I do suggest using a calendar for meetings and for personal life. If you're going out that night, if you have a birthday party, like add those into your calendar. If you have a business meeting, if you're visiting a house, add those into your calendar. And don't just give your time to anybody. Ideally, do it on a phone call, or they can just do it over text, because that's just easier in every way. But Zoom calls and Google Meets are great too, because you're not actually leaving. You're still getting like that interaction face to face, but you don't have to leave your house, and you can just end the meeting whenever you want. Tip number 5 is physical exercise in the morning. I'm sure everybody's heard this tip. It's like, oh yeah, work out in the morning, blah, blah, blah. Well, I've been doing this for 3 years, and there's a lot of good perks. It really helps you with your mind, helps you get ready, helps you prepare for the day. But there's also like a confidence of knowing that you worked out in the morning, and a confidence of when you start gaining muscle and like you start looking like big and strong, and you just feel good. And sometimes like people at the gym, like you're just like networking, and you never know. Like I've met real estate people at the gym before. I've met like friends at the gym, and there's just like a lot of good perks about being at the gym. You can listen to podcasts, which I made a video about podcasts. Check out that video. Man, the gym is great. Like there's so many perks of the gym and so many perks of exercising. If you don't want to go to the gym, go for a walk. I used to go for a lot of walks. I don't go for as many walks nowadays for some reason. But go on walks, go to the gym. Physical exercise, ideally in the morning, but anytime in the day. But ideally in the morning is great for your mindset and great for your overall productivity after that, because you just feel better. And if you feel better, you're more productive. So I was actually originally going to keep this video at 5 tips, but I had 2 more tips I wanted to add in, because it's something that I'm kind of passionate about, although like not like passionate, but like something that I wanted to talk about. So this is 7 tips, and I redid the intro for it too, so to reflect on the 7 tips. But the 6th tip is take breaks throughout the day. Man, like there's so many times where I'm sitting right here working, and like I'm just like exhausted and I'm frustrated, and like I'm just like you bring yourself into like this weird like mindset of just being like in the zone, like in this work zone, and sometimes it's hard to click out of it. But just take breaks, if that's going for a quick walk, if that's just getting water and sitting on your couch for a second, if that's watching a video, if that's going to your neighbor's house, if that's just going to get a coffee, if that's playing with your pet, or seeing your girlfriend or wife or your boyfriend or husband, or seeing your roommate or your parents, just hanging out with them for a little bit, or your kids. I mean, shout out to anybody watching with kids, just hanging out with them for a little bit. Man, breaks are great, and it helps you kind of understand like what you're doing, because I think we all get stuck in this like work. But then if you really think about it, like what is work? Like why am I grinding to get these real estate deals, or to do these videos, or to have clients in my marketing agency? Like why am I doing this? We're all just floating in a rock in the space. So like what really matters? And work matters, right? Because financials matter, but does it? You know, why are you really doing this? And I think if you have that in mind, it really puts work into perspective, which can ideally make you more productive, because then you'll really know what you're working for. And tip number 7, having a clean house or apartment or just like workspace, it really helps with productivity. This foam panels, that's something I've been procrastinating. I hate putting up foam panels, and like I'm sitting in my office space now, I just feel better. Like it just feels like a nicer office space. When my bathroom and my kitchen, my living room space is clean, like it just feels better. You just feel better walking around these spaces, more comfortable, and you're just like, wow, like it looks good, you know, like it just gives you like a little bit of a happiness. And I think those happinesses build up to making you feel like a better mood, which makes you more productive. And it's like, what is productivity? You know, like it's hard to really measure what productivity is, because you can be productive but working on a task that doesn't matter, or you can be productive and miserable but working on a task that matters and getting something done. So it's like, what's productive? And that's what you really have to figure out. But having a nice household and just being content with like where you're living and where you're at really helps with that, in my experience. And those are 7 tips. So a couple recaps I want to talk about is just the biggest productivity hack is really limiting distractions. Without distractions, you can really focus and you can really streamline on what the task is at hand. If you want 7 more productivity hacks, let me know and drop comments below. What are your best productivity hacks? Do you agree with these productivity hacks? And thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.